live. Let's see. Mana? Kok masih belum nampil dia? Kita cek dulu. Mari kita nobar guys ya. Menunggu bansos juga ya. Ya.
Lumayan 300 primo.
300 lumayan ya. Welcome ya guys ya. Kita bersama
Udah mulai.
Ini cuma
Ntar gue
belum
nyanyi lagi.
nampil sih, belum nampil ya dengan bintang tamu
Oke.
kita Garnet ya.
Hai guys. Aku di sini menemani
Mengerikan.
sepuh kita.
Ini Garnet sepuh dan sultan juga ya. Ini udah banyak yang komen nih. Coba mana kok nggak nampil-nampil dia jam karet juga Genshin ini ya. Si Hoyo ini. Mana? Belum nampil. Seriously. Coba gua. Apakah gua yang ini? Kayaknya enggak. Oh nampil berarti banyak gua delay kah? Ini dia ya. Robocop. Gundam ya. Sama kayak robot Xenoblade juga itu ya. Wih, Nilo. Gabung dia. Lebih mirip ini ya robotnya Xenoblade ya.
Ya, tapi keren.
Mirip Xenoblade yang 3 ini, yang baru ini.
Keren robotnya, keren.
Tarung dengan robot.
Creating a god. We are using human wisdom to create a god. Let us reenact the scene of the Archon War. Come and inaugurate my birth as a
god. Gue sambil kerja ya kok.
Kenapa?
Gue sambil kerja.
Ya, monggo. Gede sekali Robocopnya. Kasapus tekal Pavlem Rise. Oh, langsung kode.
Keren sih itu.
Tuh, langsung kode itu. Langsung kode itu.
Pam. Kalau gue nggak sengaja nyanyi nggak apa-apa ya.
Ya, paling kopi kanan.
Kadang kalau denger musik itu otomatis gitu loh.
Ya,
mulut tuh otomatis kadang-kadang.
Ada autonya.
Hospital, please. Kenapa tidak ada? Cave. Where is the cave? I place it here.
Kira-kira dapat nggak ini? Apakah akan seberuntung di banner Nilo?
Gue Nilo apes sih.
Gak beruntung di Nilo.
Komi juga apes. 78 waktu Kokomi 78 tuh dapat cici. Terus tapi 20 lagi dapat Kokomi. Pas Nilo 78 dapat Jean. Terus sistem, gue malas main kan sistem. Gue suruh main, kan malas main. PC gue nggak bisa.
But I'm sure the first thing everyone's wondering is how we're going to save the Dendro Archon.
Kan spiral dapat primo tuh.
He's been locked up by
the
10
kali dia dapat Nilo.
It's not like we can just go walking in there. And on top of that, we're dealing with 2 of the Fatui Harbingers now. We've got the Balladeer and his super powerful looking boss form, as well as the Doctor, who seems to be a real tricky one to predict. I'm not gonna lie, the Traveler really has his hands full with this one.
Worknya masih belum di-explore dan quest masih banyak banget.
Totally. And besides
ini
these 2
udah red off
Harbingers,
ini.
we
Terus
can be sure the Grand Sage will also
78
be on his guard.
ini.
But hey, with the help of 2 insiders like Sino and Alhaitham, we might just have a way into the academia.
Rencana sih kemarin mau Nilo lagi tapi nggak jadi lah.
Sino also has his
Gua
own
pikiran.
agenda. After being tracked and predicted by the academia for all these years, this might just be his chance to settle the score.
Senjata juga juga Red Oak PT juga masih kecil.
Ada, Mbak.
I can't wait to see how everyone's
Tapi
hard work
di
and coordination plays out.
di lemari.
I don't know about you guys, but besides saving Nahida, I'm also curious how we're going to save Irminsul.
Plus, we still don't know the meaning behind the words that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata left us. World, forget me.
Well, travelers will be able to personally unravel the answers to all these questions in their own journeys through
Welcome
version
guys ya,
3.2.
nikmati
You know, I'm actually kind of curious what the future for
ininya live
Sumeru will be
streamnya
once
ini
they
ya.
get through all of
Tadi
this.
kodenya berapa sih tadi?
You know, what will happen to the crew we've been working with along the way?
Yeah, same. I just hope things will work out for everyone affected by Elazar.
Game mythic udah saya welcome
Junior
back Om
Zod and
Nani.
Polly. Oh, and we can't
Dari mana
forget the
saja Om
desert dwellers who have been
Nani?
mistreated all these years.
Kenapa
There's a lot that needs to change for them too.
Right. So be sure not to miss Chapter 5 of the Archon
Kok
quest.
sadar?
Akasha pulses, the Kulpa flame rises. It'll be
Kita
quite the ride,
nonton
and I hope
vellyoe
everyone
dan
will enjoy it.
bansos ya,
Yeah,
nunggu
and of
bansos kita
course,
ya.
the end of this quest won't be the end of everyone's journey in Sumeru. There are still many puzzles and mysteries waiting to be solved. Whether it's Lesser Lord Kusanali, the Doctor, or the Balladeer, I think there still
Sanale.
might be lots of unexpected things waiting to be uncovered.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome.
Okay, so now that we've talked about some of the storyline, maybe we can talk about that massive mechanical-looking puppet we've seen. That's the god that the Academia has been creating.
That's right. And now that you mentioned it, let's talk about the Balladeer
Ini
boss
dia new
battle.
boss yang seperti
This boss looks tough.
Xenoblade,
The Doctor must have put a lot of his
robot
energy into this.
Xenoblade.
Yeah, the Balladeer has lots of strong and awesome looking abilities, so why don't we start by checking out some gameplay from the new boss battle?
Sounds good.
Woo!
Oke, ini dia. Tapi kalau pas lawan dia cuma tinggal setengah badan doang dia. Terlalu gede sih soalnya.
Sebenarnya lebih keren full sih. Kan ada tuh yang bikin dia full gini ya.
Iya, tapi
Full body.
mungkin pas fullnya di story-nya kali ya.
Sebenarnya keren banget sih kalau full.
Cuma udah lawan ininya ya setengah body doang. Kurang keren sih kalau setengah body
Iya.
doang.
Padahal sebenarnya bisa dibikin full ya.
Bisa. Ya kayak kita lawan raksasa gitu ya kan.
Oh, itu full. Kedua fase.
Full ya?
Dua fase kok.
Oh, pas keduanya full ya?
Oh.
GG.
Ah, keren sih, keren.
Kalau full
Musiknya
itu
sih
keren.
musiknya keren ya. Musik bosnya.
Oh, si Jumbo.
Oh, wow, just look at the size of it.
Gitu
Pretty
dong.
sure this boss is gonna push travelers to the limit.
Seru aja
Yeah,
ya
no
kalau
kidding.
lawan.
Kalau bisa
musuh besar.
aturannya
Come to think of it, this is like
MC
the
juga
third
bisa
Fatui
ini
Harbinger
ya,
boss
ada
battle we've
robotnya
had.
gitu
They
ya.
really keep stepping up the art and design
Itu
every
mustahil.
time. So
Pertarungan antar robot
So
ya kan.
cool.
This is an
Itu
ultra
kemarin
powerful puppet
mampir
we're going up against
ke
here.
Telugong. Om
So
Nani
we're
udah di
talking
Telugong,
huge
sekarang masih di
attacks and
Jakarta
epic
kan.
moves. Let's break it down a bit. In the first phase of the battle, the
Diriku
Balladeer
kemarin
will use
tumbang,
his
coy.
massive arms to attack everyone.
Minggu sakit
The
sampai
arms
hari
are
Jumat.
capable of utilizing different elemental powers, and there are several types of abilities, including attacks that create fields of burning or freezing effects on the ground.
Oh, you know what? This fight kind of
Musim
reminds
orang
me of when we
sakit
fight
soalnya.
ruin guards. I think we'll have to come up with a way to paralyze it.
Right. And you
Yeah.
might have noticed there are some arcane formations on the ground, so activating those might trigger
Jadi
some
ya
interesting
begitulah.
effects.
And I bet a lot of people are wondering what that thing is floating next to us. Not gonna lie, is kind of
Eh.
cute. Oh, maybe it's a Paimon reskin.
Sorry, but no. Not only is it super cute, but it's
Pongkeng
also
gua
super
kemarin.
powerful. Travelers will need to charge energy for this little helper and use its special skill to counter the boss in battle.
A helper in a boss fight. Yeah, that's definitely not Paimon.
Once the Balladeer has transformed into this massive form, our usual attacks won't deal any tangible damage
Tapi ada
to
itu
him.
yang hijau-hijau tuh
So,
kayak itu
the only
ya.
thing capable of breaking through his defenses
Bisa
will
nembak-nembak
be our
begitu
little
ya.
helper that we just mentioned. There will even be some moments in the fight where travelers will need to use an aiming mode to attack the boss's weak points.
Oh, who would have guessed that little thing would be so important against a boss the size of the Balladeer?
I know, right?
Kayak turret
They
gitu
also
bisa
use some amazing
nembak-nembak.
special
Oh,
effects
oke
for all the
gabung
Balladier's
dia.
moves. Speaking of which, the cosmic appearance, the spacey
Okay,
special effects of
okay.
his skills
Buh.
really kind of remind me of the Raiden Shogun skills.
Ah, you're right. And seriously, I can't wait to check out this new boss fight. I'm so hyped.
Yeah.
So now that we've covered the new boss battle, I think it's time to introduce the
Bos
first of our new
terkeren
playable
untuk saat
characters
ini
coming in
ya.
version 3.2.
New bossnya itu
Let's
ya.
welcome Lesser Lord Kusanali, aka Nahida.
Hey, finally!
After everything we've experienced in the story so far, I think Nahida's already like a good friend to us. It's seriously so crazy what we've been through.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear you say that, Zach. Okay, so throughout our journey, maybe everyone's already noticed some of the yeah, let's call it that, unique metaphors that Nahida likes to use. And yeah, they can be pretty out there. Or sometimes she'll use really childlike language to describe some deep or profound idea. But the truth is, she has yet to set foot in the outside world since she was born. To her, all the knowledge that she has in her mind is like pieces of scenery that she's never seen with her own eyes.
Totally. It's really hard to imagine that the god of wisdom had been locked up for 500 years. Just makes
Kasian
me
sih ini
upset just
si
thinking about it.
Nahida ini.
But I'm sure everything will work out sooner or later.
If travelers would like to spend more time
Kenapa
with
kok
Nahida,
kasihan?
then be sure to check
Terkurung di
out
sangkar
Nahida's story
burung.
quest, Sapientia or Mastes chapter.
Oh,
The quest will be
Terus
available upon completing the Sumeru
nggak
Archon
diakui
quest.
sama
So be
warganya
sure
ya
to check
kan.
out the quest to learn more.
It's nice that we'll get to spend more time with her. But I want to see Nahida in battle. What you got for us, Kimberly?
Tadi ada
Oh,
berkorban ya
I've got
kan.
lots to share. But before we get to that, let's have a quick peek at Nahida in action.
What they say is true.
Iya,
You have
wah,
to see the
si
world
men
for
udah mulai
yourself
welcome
to
back Bahari.
appreciate
Nyah
how
nyah nyah nyah
beautiful
nyah
it
nyah.
is.
Ini skillnya kayak itu loh, kayak mainan-mainan bocil coy, mainan-mainan zaman dahulu gitu. Apa namanya tuh? Net lompat-lompat itu loh, yang dari kapur itu loh. Tadi aku
yang
follow
loncat-loncat,
IG
yang
Koi
kotak,
GG
yang
Bari iya.
petak-petak tuh,
Ah,
yang lempar-lempar batu tuh.
Thank you Bari. Tadi kayaknya ada aku fallback juga Bari. Ayunan.
Wow.
She's so cute!
Look at her.
I love her!
Aw, little Nahida is so cute. I love how she hops around when she's fighting. Oh, and her swing too. So, what's that skill that looks like she's using a viewfinder or something? That
She's
seems
so
pretty different.
cute. Look at her.
Bener udah
Okay,
belum kok?
So
Belum.
let's start with her viewfinder-ish
Tuh, lompat-lompat
kind of
ini.
skill, which is actually her elemental skill.
Mainan bocil ya.
As a catalyst user, Nahida's
Oh,
combat
dia
style is
foto dia kan.
pretty unique. You may
Smile
cast
ya.
your elemental skill
Keren.
by tapping the skill button, or you
Boleh,
may hold
boleh
the button
nih.
to enter an aiming mode. Opponents who are selected while aiming will be linked by Nahida's
Fun
special
sih ini
mark.
gameplaynya ini.
After you trigger elemental reactions on opponents who are linked,
Sesuai dengan
and
karakternya,
when they
bocil
take
gitu
damage
ya
from
kan.
Dendro cores, Nahida will
Lompat-lompat
unleash
gitu.
Tri-Karma Purification, dealing Dendro damage.
Whoa,
Cheese,
this is
eh?
so cool.
Foto
I love how
dia.
it's like connecting the enemies together.
Outside of combat, Nahida can use her elemental skill and enter the aiming mode we just mentioned to interact with certain
Oh.
harvestable items, allowing her
Nice.
to collect items directly to the inventory from a distance.
Whoa, wait. Being able to harvest
Okay,
materials like that is gonna be so cool. That'll really save us some time.
Yeah, this skill may also have some additional uses, so travelers will have to give it a try themselves.
Ini
and
udah
see.
pasti
Ooh,
ngepul
okay.
ini mah.
Nahida's elemental burst is where things
Apalagi
get
dia
really
buset
interesting.
kubar
Upon
raksasanya.
unleashing
Gila
her
OP
burst,
banget bisa
Nahida
ngambil item
manifests
dia.
the Court of Dreams,
Kubar
expanding a
raksasanya. Berarti
special
ini
field.
skill
That's
terluas untuk
pretty
saat ini ya.
amazing. The effect really does look like some royal court or palace.
Yeah,
Genshin
different effects will be
ini.
produced based on whether there are pyro,
Keren.
electro,
Fun
and
sih
hydro
gameplaynya
characters in
ini.
the party. While Nahida is within the special field, a pyro
Lama
member
juga ya
in the
ultinya
party
itu
will
ya.
increase the damage of Tri-Karma Purification. An electro party member will decrease the intervals at which
Bikin
Tri-Karma
budget.
Purification is triggered.
Iya.
And a hydro party member will cause the duration of the field to be increased. If there are at least 2 party members of the
Ubah
elemental
bangunan
types
apa
I just
ini dia
mentioned,
bikinnya.
then the effects will be increased
Gede.
further.
Whoa, this is blowing my mind right now. We'll really have to focus on which effects we want to achieve and put some thought into our team's composition.
Right? A key thing to remember is that these
Cakep
effects
dan
can be
Nilo
triggered
nanti
while Nahida is
Kokomi,
not on the
Nilo,
battlefield,
Nahida,
as
MC
long
kalau
as the
enggak
active character remains in the
boleh ya.
special field
Udah
radius.
keren ya.
Oh.
Nice. Also, in addition to Nahida, we have one other character joining us in
Nilo
version
asik sih ya.
Laila.
That's right.
Asik Nilo mah.
She's a very peculiar academia student. Her name is Layla. Most days, she looks super tired and anxious, which seems to be a direct result of her relentless struggle with her studies.
Yeah, and not only is she frail and anxious looking, but she also studies astrology. So it's no wonder people around her
Laila
might
juga
consider her a
GG
little
ini.
strange
Ini
and
harus dapat
mysterious.
ini.
Hmm.
And even though she's
Laila
always
Mobile
gloating
Legend.
about her studies, most of Layla's research work is actually fine overall. It's just her lack of confidence that's really holding her back.
Boleh-boleh
And
juga ini. Ini
that's
skillnya
where
juga
her
unik ini.
unusual ability comes into play.
And her ability is sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking.
Yeah. While she is sleeping, Layla unleashes her
Dan
true
ganteng kok
self,
foto IG-nya.
allowing her to regain the
Buset.
confidence she needs and
Gak
activate
ganteng
the
ya.
talents and
Genteng
strengths
yang ada
she's
ya.
had all along. As soon as she starts sleepwalking, her unfinished papers no longer seem like the monumental tasks they were, and she
Salah
completes
follow
them
nggak Bahari
in no
itu?
time.
This is definitely something only Layla can do. Our viewers shouldn't try to do this with their own homework.
Aku kasih
But
apa
does
yang main
Layla
muda.
have any idea what happens when she's sleepwalking? I mean,
GG.
does she know that she has this ability?
She seems to be aware of
Tapi
it.
ini B4 lebih
The
susah
papers are
pada
obviously
B5
full
ya.
of her handwriting after
Susah
all.
dapatnya
But
nanti.
there
Iya
have
sih.
been some weird instances.
Nah, tapi gue
For
nggak.
example,
Tapi
once during
bagus itu
crunch
Layla.
time while researching,
Kayak
she
Candace, aduh nggak
sleepwalked and climbed
dapat
the
gua.
wall of Samio,
Oh,
and
gak
then
dapet
randomly
C2
bumped
itu
into
Candace.
Candace. Such weird
Menyedihkan nggak
occurrences
dapat.
have made her start to wonder what's really going on.
Padahal keren
And
karakternya.
aside from her sleepwalking,
Ya,
just like
untung
any
gue
other
dapet tuh.
student, Layla
Paling
has
aku
many
bully
typical
Cilde
things that she hopes to
ya.
achieve, as well
Ya
as some
Siza dapat
regrets.
Naida kan udah
She
ini
wants to
kan.
be able to make friends and go out,
Udah
have
reset
fun.
kan. Tap
But
pull
it
di
seems like
Cilde
she'll
ya.
never be able to do any of that until
Ya
she
Cilde
graduates.
rirannya. Pull di situ
Hmm.
nanti ya kan. Pinter orang ini pinter nih.
Actually,
Jadi ya
I'm guessing
nggak
that she
nggak mau
uses
taruh
her
di bendernya si
sleepwalking abilities
Nahida.
in combat too, right?
Maksudnya?
You bet.
Maksudnya?
Kayaknya
Let's
si
have a
Layla
look at
bakal
Layla in
bakal taruh di
combat.
bender yang lain.
Sweet.
Even
Oh,
when
ya
we're
udah
not
sih
looking
gak
at
peduli
the
kalau gitu.
stars,
Ya
there
C1
always
gak guna.
watching
Pinter ini Hoyo ini. Dia nggak mau gabung gitu kan. Kalau benar dari leak ya.
Hancur.
Kenapa?
stars.
Enggak, ini gue diserang.
Gaya tidurnya keren coy. Oh, Sealnya GG.
Stars, shine for me.
Combo sama Ganyu nih ya. Bikin beku abadi bisa ini dah.
It almost looks like she's
Jurus
sleeping while
tidur.
being protected by the shield.
This shield
Keteknya
not
wangi
only
tuh
protects
lagi.
Layla, but also creates night stars while it is active. When a
Tuh,
character
beku-beku
protected by
manja
the
ya.
shield uses an elemental skill,
Oh, udah taruh
more night
aja ya
stars will
kan.
be created.
Layla,
Once 4 night stars have been
Ganyu,
accumulated, they will transform into homing
SS
shooting
semuanya kan.
stars, dealing damage to any opponent's
Ayaka,
hit.
Komi udah.
Ah, night stars. I love how her skills have a starry theme. It ties into her studies.
Yeah, throughout the skill's duration, each time a night star is accumulated, the shield strength will
Oh, ada
increase.
itunya juga ya.
This effect can
Oh,
stack up to a
oke.
maximum of 4 times.
Whoa.
Layla's elemental burst unleashes a dream sphere that constantly fires starlight slugs at opponents within its AoE,
Bisa nembak juga
while
itunya ya.
also generating
Yang
night
di
stars for
pelindungnya
Layla's
ya.
shield.
Oh, keren
As a
juga ya.
talented Ratawa his student, Layla also comes in handy when crafting. When Layla crafts character talent materials,
Craft ya.
she has a set chance to receive double the product.
Oh, double.
Nice.
Sweet.
Oke.
Anyway, when can travelers expect to see these new characters available in-game?
Great question.
Iya, Naida
That brings
Yoimiya ya.
us to our new event wishes. In the early part of version 3.2,
Wah,
Nahida and
Yoimiya
will be
C2 apa sih
available.
itunya coba?
In the later part of the version, we'll be seeing rerun event wishes for Yaemiko and
Kan dia
Tartaglia,
udah ini
and
leknya
Layla will
kali
become
ini
available
benar
for the
ya.
first
Yemiko
time.
Tarta
Also,
gila
a new
sama itu ya.
5-star weapon, 1,000
Sama
floating
Layla
gems,
ya.
will
Benar
be
Leia
appearing
kali
in the
ini
new
ya.
weapon event wish.
Oh, nice. By the way, I've heard that
Oke,
Layla's been
Jin in the
getting ready
battle ini ya.
recently to participate in Sumeru's Beast Tamer tournament. But before we get into that, I think it's time for us to take another break. We'll be back with the latest info on events coming in the version update.
Oh.
I know what you're thinking. It's time
C2-nya
for
Yoimiya
redemption
bagus juga
code.
ternyata. Oke.
You guys get it?
Boo.
Sai know.
Alright, that's enough.
Boo.
Oke, kodenya, kode kedua. Kode kedua itu guys. KS6. KS6. QL3Y JFCWM. Tuh. Udah 2 kode ya. Robocop, iya. Ya agak mirip dengan robotnya Seno sih. Xenoblade.
Welcome back to the version 3.2 special program, everyone. Next, we'll take a look at
Ya,
some of the
dapat
new
Dori
events
ya.
for the coming update. An amazing fungus competition is about to begin in
Free
the lands of
Dori.
Sumeru. Not only has it attracted local
Gua kurang
competitors from
sih ini doang,
Sumeru,
Candice
but also
doang ya.
spectators from other nations.
Fungus competition? How does that even
Kembali
work?
Primoism
Aren't fungi
lagi.
dangerous? They're always attacking us
Dori
in the wild.
dapat
I know it sounds a little weird,
gratis.
but you'll love it. In this contest, participants will use a special gadget called a wisdom orb to catch and train their fungi and participate in battle events.
HP gua
Although the
lobet.
fungi often pose as little
Pas dulu.
troublemakers for us in the wild, using this gadget
Semoga
will allow
nanti di
travelers to
banner baru
establish
dapat
a certain
Candice
level
lah.
of communication with them.
Kalau
Okay,
susah
so
ya.
if I catch and train a jade plume terror shroom,
Lebih sering
then
keluar
I should be
karakter-karakter
pretty much
lama sih.
unstoppable, right?
B4
Oh
nih.
no, come on, that wouldn't be fair.
In this event, travelers will be able to sneak up on
Gua
fungi
hanya
in some
butuh
certain areas
Candice
to catch
doang.
them. Unfortunately, the Jade Plume Terror Shroom is not one of those areas, Kimberly.
Aww.
If you end up startling them, they'll flee until they are outside a set distance.
After catching different kinds
Candice
of fungi,
Layla
you
yan.
can follow Paimon's suggestion and give them cute names. But most importantly, you will have to train your
Cilde udah
fungi.
berapa kali keluar
That
itu,
sounds
buset.
fun.
Travelers will have to use special floral jelly
Kesayangannya
ingredients
si
to mix and
Hoyo.
form blends that your fungi enjoy and unlock their true potential. While
Cildut.
mixing
Wah,
ingredients,
agar-agar.
you use copy, switch, and rotate functions.
Wih,
And place a
GG.
preset formula you
Mainan
have in the
agar-agar ya.
corresponding spot.
Oh, looks kind of like jelly. I bet Paimon's gonna be all over that.
Susun agar-agar ini ya. Oke,
Well, I
GG.
can tell why you didn't book that role.
And with all these different kinds of fungi, they should have different abilities, right?
Yeah, so to work on their abilities, we'll use something called the Special Training Mode. In this mode, there will be two challenge types, Coordinated Assaults and Zone Defense. Travelers will be able to
the
command their
defense
fungi's
coordinate.
abilities, have them
Okay.
coordinate their attacks against a single target, and control them to defend the ley line monolith.
Oh, they're so
GG,
cute.
bisa ada anak
This is
buahnya,
gonna be
coy.
so much fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, me neither. As for the rewards, in addition to Primo Gems and various materials, once travelers have reached a certain phase of the event,
30
they will also be able to summon the great and almighty merchant, Dory.
Dori.
Layla will be appearing in the event storyline, as well as a familiar visitor from another nation. Any idea who it could be?
Supposedly a fun guy.
Okay, I see what you did there. I respect it. Let's leave that for travelers to discover themselves in the event.
Come on, guys, fun guy.
Okay, next up we have a change of pace with an all-new
Yeah.
Trials event. For this event, travelers will have to use characters' special abilities to complete specific objectives. For example, you may have to knock slimes into the goal by triggering an overloaded reaction with Yen Phase and Klee's attacks, or use Yelan's elemental skill to move quickly and dodge giant pinballs. Here are some others. Use Xiao's plunging attack to send platforms back to the ground, or use Beto's elemental skill to hit the ball.
Oh, nggak ada Xiao, coy.
This sounds like some pretty unusual training.
Yeah, and to make things even more interesting, this event will support co-op
Roger.
gameplay.
Oh,
Ko-op.
this sounds like it'll be a lot of fun to watch. But what about objectives for characters that maybe we haven't unlocked yet?
No worries, we got you covered. All the corresponding characters will be provided as trial characters in the challenges.
Perfect.
In addition
Oke.
to these events, version 3.2 will
Apa
also
lagi nih?
feature an event for our players to put their skills to the test.
Kue ada
This
yang
time,
hijau, coy
We'll
ya.
have a new edition of the Hypostatic Symphony event.
Dendro. ya.
Nice. So, what changes can travelers expect this time around?
The most notable change, of course, will be the addition of the new
Dendro.
Dendro Hypostasis. That's right, the last member of the Hypostasis family will be officially landing in version 3.2. Besides serving as a new open-world boss, the Dendro Hypostasis will also be busy performing alongside its fellow Hypostases in the Hypostatic Symphony event.
This time around, travelers will be facing challenges featuring the Dendro, Cryo, Pyro, and Hydro Hypostases. Before each challenge, travelers may select a buff effect to use. However, as you increase the difficulty, the number of uses will decrease and the enemies will become more challenging. So it'll be super important for travelers to plan the right moment to use these effects.
So what options do we have once we run out of buffs?
Travelers will still be able to use food and potions from their inventory.
Oh,
If you're aiming to just collect all the Primo Gem rewards, then don't worry. You won't need to up the difficulty too much.
Okay, good to know. Whew.
I, for one, will definitely not be upping the difficulty. And just like before, you may tackle the challenges together with your friends once they have joined your world.
Great. We can help each other out.
Oh yeah.
Now that we've covered the challenge event, let's take a quick look at a couple more casual events coming our way in the new update. First, we'll be finding inspiration for an illustrator in the Outside the Canvas Inside the Lens event. And once again, we'll be working together with Lieben in Marvelous Merchandise. It's also worth mentioning here that some optimizations have been made for the photo event this time around. Everyone will be able to select from some preset angles and
Aliran
can make
ini
use of the
vellyoe.
rotate and focus functions to take better pictures.
That's great.
While you're out taking pictures, you may run into some interesting storylines
bagus
along
lah ya
the way.
banyak event
So
jadi
be sure not to
Primo
miss
ya.
Outside the Canvas, Inside the Lens.
Man, I love these kinds of events. Sign me up.
Yeah, me too. In
Kenapa
addition
ini?
to all these new events, we also have some news on system-related updates and optimizations. I'm really excited about the first of these, which is regarding the Serenity Pot. Starting with version 3.2, the Serenity Pot will be adding the long-awaited replication system.
Oh, replika ya.
Wow, that's super
Bikin
amazing.
sama kayak punya
Yeah.
teman ini.
This feature will allow travelers to use sharing codes to bring designs from other travelers' teapots
I
and
see.
implement them in their own, or
Nanti kita
share
curi
their
punya
own
orang
teapot
ya.
designs. I know there may be some travelers out there who have seen some amazing teapot designs that they've wanted to also create themselves, but didn't have the ability or time to make it. With this new function, travelers will be able to
Bisa
bring
copy
that creativity
desain
back to
kakak
their own
akhirnya ya.
teapot,
Ini dia ya.
or share their creativity with others.
Ini
Get
dia.
ready to hit up
Bisa
your friends with
maling-maling punya orang
amazing teapot
yoi.
skills.
Ini
I
dia
can't
waktunya
wait to
kita
see everyone
bersinar
sharing their
ya.
designs, especially with me.
Which brings us to our final update to share with everyone. This one is regarding the game's available languages.
Boleh-boleh
Starting with
nih ya.
version 3.3, which will be the update
Ntar kita
following
curi yang
this one,
keren-keren ya.
Genshin Impact will be adding Turkish and Italian to the game
Oh,
language
bahasa
settings.
Turki, bahasa
So,
Italia.
players who'd prefer to see the game's text and UI in those languages can look forward to that.
The team truly hopes that travelers from all over the world can enjoy the game and start their own journeys through the world of Tibet.
For further details, please check Genshin Impact's official channels and keep an eye out for future announcements and info.
Wow, we've covered a ton of stuff. Seriously, it's a lot to take in.
For sure. So now is probably a great time for our last redemption code.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oke, let's go. Ini ku copy dulu, salin. GS GS 6R LK GK WUER. Oke. Benar kan?
Well, everyone, I think we've covered just about everything coming our way in version 3.2, which means we've arrived at the end of our special program.
This was
I
fun.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we covered a ton of stuff.
so much stuff.
Yeah. So many events too. But the thing that I'm most excited about is, of course, Nahi the playable character, Nahi the playable character, Nahi the playable character.
Obviously.
Nice.
Yeah, for me, it was definitely the balladeer. Dude, it looks so insane. I
Yes.
have no idea how I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, no, for me, oh my gosh, so many things. battling the Dendro hypostasis, and of course the fabulous fungus frenzy, getting my little fungi and battling with them. And, you know, the teapot, the Serena teapot, I'm so behind on my teapot, so I can't wait to hopefully get some designs from others, or at least, you know, get some inspiration from getting another teapot design.
Ntar mau survei
And just as we
tipot-tipot
mentioned
punya
earlier,
orang, habis itu
even
curi ya.
though the Sumeru Archon quest will be reaching its final chapter here, it most definitely won't be the end of our journey in Sumeru.
Kita curi
In
ntar
our story this time,
desain-desainnya.
we'll be encountering some interesting and mysterious content, and I hope it will be an amazing experience for all of our travelers. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon be with all of you.
See you in game, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye, selesai. Habis guys. Berarti scan dulu juga live-ku ya. Nanti kalau nggak malas mungkin mau live lagi ya. Mungkin nanti mau live Ultra Ranger ya. Ultra Kaiju Mas Ranger ya. Tapi kalau nggak malas ya. Thank you Bari ya, Om Nani dan Kanen yang udah menemani dari tadi ya. Sekian terima kasih ya. Sampai ketemu nanti. Kalau tidak tertidur, kalau tidak malas ya. Ya, ya, ya.